Born in Norrtälje, Sweden, this goaltender started his hockey journey playing minor hockey in his hometown. He then worked his way through various teams and leagues, playing for your Gordons, Läck and Brinas. After going undrafted in 2009, he signed the summer of 2010 with the Vancouver Canucks. While playing for the Canucks AHL affiliate, the Manitoba Moose, he was named to the AHL All Rookie Team. Once he made his way up to the NHL, immediately became a fan favorite and continues to be so to this day. We are very excited to have him today on Nothing is Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the show, Eddie Läck.
Thanks for having me. I love it. What an intro.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. First off, congratulations on your third child. How is the Lack House these days?
Busy. Busy. Cramped. No, like everything is great. It's so much fun with like kids. And I'm happy that I waited until after I retired too, obviously, with the travel and everything. So like now I get to be home and I get to see them every day, which is great.
Yeah, that's good. Is it easier now that you've already had one? Like, do you know what to expect now, or does it just make it more difficult because there's more of them?
It depends on the day, but I feel like with the sleep training and everything, we kind of got it dialed in. I feel like so, yeah.
Perfect.
The really hard stuff gets easier with more kids. I feel like
Yeah, I guess I was going to ask you this question a little later, but what's harder, facing the Vancouver media scrum after a loss or convincing your kids to go to bed?
convincing my kids to go to bed for sure.
Fair enough, fair enough. Is it
Media scrums in Vancouver were easy. They're easy.
yeah, was there like did you have a favorite reporter to deal with while you were playing in Vancouver?
I don't know if I even call him like a reporter, but Kevin Woodley was always easy, because we always talked goalie and it more turned into like a friendship, and he never asked or like posted anything that I wasn't comfortable with because like he just really wanted the goalies to feel confident with him, So Kevin was my favorite over there for sure.
Good, good. That's good. So usually when we bring someone new on Nothing is Perfect, we have a few questions that we ask, just kind of to get where their headspace is. So first one is we always like to ask, and this maybe can be when you're growing up. Did you have a favorite NHL team
Yeah,
growing
so
up?
my favorite team growing up was Colorado because Peter Forsberg played there,
Hmm.
and Peter's my favorite player of all time. So loved watching Peter. It was fun because they obviously had like a really great team too, right? And won like a few cups with him there. So Colorado was by far my favorite team growing up.
That's good. Did you ever get a chance to spend some time with him, with Peter Forsberg?
I met him out like a couple of times, and we played in like the same charity golf tournament too. So like I shook his hand like a couple of times and everything, but yeah, like still very starstruck when I meet him. So yeah, that's funny.
So through your playing career, this could be at any level, a minor or playing in Sweden or in the NHL, AHL. Do you like have a favorite moment as a player?
I don't know. Like everyone knows that my favorite time was in Vancouver, right? And there's so many fond memories and everything when I play there, like my first game or my first home game when I had like a shutout, like was really cool. Um, just making the playoffs was really cool as well, and playing in like a playoff game and playoff win, like all that stuff. Like I don't think I have one specific that I'm just the this is it. But like if I had to pick one, it was probably when we clinched the playoffs against LA at home in like a shootout. Uh, that was really cool.
Yeah, I think I remember that one. I'm pretty sure that one comes right to mind for me as well. So, did you have a favorite moment as a player? Hard to decide, but maybe it's easier. Do you have like a favorite moment as a fan?
God, well, probably when Sweden won the Olympics in '94, because I was 6 years old, and that's when I decided that I was gonna play hockey. So I'll pick that one.
Yeah, that going goes out. We had Corey Schneider in net for Canada at the time. Did you meet Corey Schneider while you were in Vancouver?
Wait, Corey Hirsch or Corey Schneider?
Yeah, no, Corey Schneider.
Yeah, yeah,
Corey Hirsch, you're right.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So no, like I met him plenty of times. Like I love Corey. So yeah, yeah, amazing guy.
Yeah, it's funny because I think there is even in a post stamp in Sweden of Forsberg going right past
There is,
with the Forsberg, right?
there is. Yep, yep.
So in your career, did you ever have a secret secretly covered a team's hated rival from another team that you'd rather have them playing for you?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, like when we played against Calgary in that playoffs, I mean, like I hated Furland. Like, I mean, and that was his kind of coming out party, like it was his first year up, and he was just like a dummy skating around there and hitting everyone and everything, and like I felt that he was definitely the difference maker in that series, like I always hated to play against the Blackhawks too, when they had like Bollig and Andrew Shaw and those guys, right? Like I played against them in the minors, and then we kind of took that step together. So I'm like, when am I ever gonna get rid of these guys? Like,
They're following you around.
yep.
I mean, on the other side of the coin, is there anyone that you played against, like just seemed to be snake bitten? Like you just had their number. You could almost, you own them no matter what. Whenever you're playing against them, you could just beat. They just couldn't beat you.
I don't know if I had like anyone like that. I know I was uh before my last game that I played against the Blues, I was like 8-0, I think, against the Blues. So like I love playing against the Blues. So I don't know. I probably say like another Swede, like Alexander Steen or something.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. We can just say the St. Louis Blues because it was a good matchup
Yeah.
for you.
I owned you guys.
Well, it's funny. The other night, I don't know if you saw the Canucks beat Nashville with like 2 seconds left to go in overtime, and
Yeah.
somebody goes on Wikipedia and they changed the ownership of the Nashville Predators to Brock Besser. So I figured we might
Yeah,
just
that's
change
funny.
you as the owner of the St. Louis Blues back in the day if Wikipedia existed back then.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I love it. I don't know. Like, I
Superstitious
mean,
guy?
most guys, we all eat like the same for lunch because it it's there and it's comfortable, and you know that you're not gonna like get a bad reaction from it or anything, right? And you put your equipment on the same way every time, and like I don't know if that's very superstitious. It's more just the way you've been doing it your whole life, right? So
Yeah,
uh I don't think I
more of like
had
a routine.
any quirks or anything like that I did. It was more out of comfort and necessity, I think.
Yeah, so like the routine.
Yeah.
So did you have anything like specific piece of equipment that you held on for way too long?
Um, no, I hated old like the old equipment too. I remember that we had Manny Legacy one year that came in on a PTO for training camp, and all of his stuff was 20 years old, and it smelled like it too. And I'm just like, I never want to be like that guy eventually, but like he had like a really good career, so maybe I should have done it like that.
Was there any player that you hated to face in your playing career?
I don't know. I always hated playing against Crosby, I feel like too. I always went through film before the games we played, like if it went to a shootout, and I always had 3, 4 clips of the other guys' best players in a shootout and kind of see their tendencies and everything. And I remember the first time that I was going to play against Sid, and it was 8 clips against him in a shootout, and he did something new every single time, right? So he's definitely like one of the best players that I've ever played against. So yeah.
So, how old were you when you decided to become a goaltender? Because I've heard they do things differently in Europe over there a lot of the time, where it's more focused on skating and getting into that before you
Yeah.
make your decisions. So, how old were you when you finally decided to put on the pads?
So I started playing hockey when I was 6, and then I think we started with goalies when I was 8. And when I started with everyone that was 1 year older than me. So they've been through the skating school and everything. But I'm born early in the year, so they made an exception for me. But I was always like the worst skater. So when we started with goalies, I'm like, oh yes, this is my like time to shine, and this is how I belong, right? So I remember that we only had two sets of pads, and whoever came to like the rink first that wanted to be a goalie got to be a goalie because you just took like the pads. So I remember that I was there like 2, 3 hours before because I wanted to be sure that I was goalie that day because it was just way more fun for me, and it was a way to belong, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The usual story is, oh, my older brothers made me do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. Yep.
So I was reading up earlier, and you were still back in Sweden playing. I saw you were the backup for Eddie Belfour and ended up taking the crease from him. Was that like playing with? What was that like playing with a guy who had, was a
Oh
really
no, it
veteran in
was
the NHL?
so cool. And like I don't know if I took his spot at the end. Like I feel like that's like a little exaggerated, but it was great. I mean, he was 43 and I was 18 years old, you know. So
Mhm.
just just like to be close to a guy like that and just see the way that he prepared and like the way that he thought about the game and everything. I mean, like we played it in the second division in Sweden together, and he still cared and prepared like he played in the NHL, right? So that was just super cool to see. Like he really kind of took me under his like wings to kind of show me what it's like to be like a pro and everything. Like I remember his first game. So I started like the first 10 games of the season, uh, and then he came because you can only spend when you're an import like that, you can only spend 6 months in Sweden for tax rules and everything. So our season started in August, but he didn't come until like middle of October, I think. So his first game was so hyped up, and and like all the fans were so pumped to see him and everything. And I remember the first shot on goal went in, and like the whole rink just like went dead quiet, like you could hear like a pin drop in, and from there he broke the record for no goals allowed for like the longest time. I think he went like 3.5 games or something like that from that point on. But like the first shot went in, and like it was a really weird atmosphere in there.
Oh yeah, it's like funny. It's like reminiscent of like Utah Mammoth. They scored on themselves when they had their first game in Utah, or like Louis Erickson
Yeah.
when he scored on his
Oh, yeah, I
Canucks
remember
goal,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
So did you as well? You
yeah.
joined the Canucks for the 2011 Stanley Cup run as one of the Black Aces. Do you have any memories about being around the team from that historic run in the 2011 Stanley Cup Finals?
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, obviously the whole city was just electric, and to be close to that and just kind of, I mean, there's obviously like a lot of heartbreak at the end, but I feel like just to be around that, and I was there when BXS scored the goal to clinch the trip to the Stanley Cup final and everything too, right? And just like to be a part of that, and like see guys live out their dream and stuff. It was so cool.
So then, I mean, it was a couple of years after that you made your NHL debut. Do you have like a welcome to the NHL moment? Because a lot of people talk about, oh, I lined up against Sidney Crosby at the faceoff, or I got cross checked by Chris Pronger, or whatever it is. What was your like, holy cow, I'm in the NHL moment?
We at that point we had heart rate monitors when we played, and like our strength coach Roger, he told me after the game that my heart rate was like 195 during the national anthem, and I'm like, that was probably my welcome to like the NHL moment. But like I was nervous, I wanted to do well, obviously, and everything, right? But then once like the game started, like you kind of fall back on your practice and like what you've been doing your whole life. So yeah, amazing feeling.
Yeah, 195, no big deal on that. I wanted to pick your brain too because you did play for Sweden at the World Championship in 2011. I mean 2017.
Yeah,
What was that like representing your country at such a high level?
it was great. I mean, in Europe, the World Championship is a lot bigger than what it is in North America too, right? So that's something that I grew up watching, and something that I always dreamt about playing in. And then thankfully the King Henrik Lundqvist showed up so we could win it too. So yeah, it was great.
Now, was were the Sedins playing on that team too?
They played the year after and won. We had
Oh,
Nylander and Backstrom and Ulrich Larson, Strawman, Hedman. I mean, we had a really good team. Yeah.
do you keep up with some of those guys? Because I know a few of the guys you obviously played with are still like Tanev, OEL. Are you still kind of keeping tabs on those guys? Or do you get to chat with them
Yeah,
very
of
often?
course. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like they all come down to Scottsdale once in a while on like an all-star break and everything like that, right? So it's always good to see all those guys.
So, what was it like your first game playing against the Vancouver Canucks? Because I imagine after being traded and coming back to play against the team you started with, what was it like? Weird, and how did you handle it?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, like I thought that I was gonna stay in Vancouver for like a lot longer than I did as well, right? So it was definitely weird. Like I wish that I stayed for longer than like I did, but Jacob Markstrom came up, and like you can't fault the management team and everything for trading me at that point, you know. So like I completely understand that it's like a business and everything, but I just wish from like a personal standpoint that I got to stay a little bit longer than what I did.
Yeah, you get the same sentiment from all the Canucks fans all over the place. We all wish you would have retired a Vancouver Canuck, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So the Canucks did recently, well, it's been about 4 or 5 years ago now, but they did move their AHL affiliate. So now they're actually playing Abbotsford, which is just about an
Yeah.
hour down the road from Vancouver. How much do you think of an advantage to the players in the Canucks system compared to when you were playing for the AHL affiliate in like Manitoba and Chicago?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, it's it it also helps to be so close when you get called up and everything, and like it obviously helps for management too to be close to be able to watch the players in person and everything too. So I always heard great things about Utica and everything like too, but in terms of location, it was just very hard to travel 6 hours by like plane, and then another 3 hour time difference and everything, right? So uh this works great, and like I'm really happy that they're over there too. So
So, you get much time. Obviously, you're very busy, but with your new job in real estate and with all kinds of family and all that stuff. But how much do you have any time to
I
follow the
watch like a little
NHL?
bit. It's mostly highlights or nice goals and stuff that I see, right? I more watch a little bit during the playoffs and everything, but that's about it. So I don't get to watch as much as I'd like, but still cheering for the Canucks.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. See, I started streaming Canucks games because then I can tell my wife that I have to watch the games because it's my job.
Yeah, I love it.
And so
I
so
love
far
it. I love it.
it's
That's
been working
awesome.
out. What's your favorite NHL city to visit on the road?
Um, I don't know. I really liked Chicago because I played there in the minors, and I had a lot of friends and family and everything that lived there still. My in-laws lived there still when I played, so like it was always fun to see them and like hang out with them. Um, we had a lot of fun as a team in New York all the time when we went there. So uh, that's another favorite. But there's so many nice places in like the NHL too. I mean, like it was always nice when it was rainy in Vancouver to take the road trips to Arizona or LA and stuff, right? Too. So yeah.
So we met for the first time briefly playing Fortnite years ago, which was totally random. Have you always been a gamer?
That was before kids.
Yeah, I know. Back when we
Yeah.
were kids, what was it? That was probably like seven,
Yeah.
8 years ago now,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you always been a gamer? And like, what were you growing up? What were you
Yeah, it
playing?
was more sports games that I played growing up. I played a lot of FIFA or NHL, you know, those were kind of my go-to to play with my dad. I played a little Call of Duty and stuff too, but yeah, it's uh, I am not plugged in my Xbox since my first kid was born. I don't that's almost 5 years ago now, so like it's been a while.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's say everything's gone downhill in Fortnite since you left. So don't worry, you're not
Yeah,
missing out on anything.
taking credit for that.
Yeah, looking back on the teammates you had over the years, who was like the biggest gamer? Like, who was the most into video games?
Uh, God, there's so many guys that we played with and everything, right? Like it was always the younger guys that I played with, you know, like a lot of them uh s- started in like the minors, and then it kind of came with them a little bit. Like I had my own console and everything that I brought on like the road, and we could play on the plane and everything with like a little TV screen and stuff. Like it was pretty fun. So uh like I don't know if I have one guy that was the guy that I played with all the time. But like yeah, like we all like to game a lot, so it was fun.
So you're in real estate now. Is there any transferable skills between goaltending and real estate?
Yeah, I just think what I learned from hockey in general too is just like whatever I put my mind to, I'm gonna be really good at, right? So that's kind of why I picked the real estate because it's something that I'm passionate about, just like I was passionate about hockey. So it's similar in the way that you can't get too high or too low, you know. In hockey, you're gonna have the wins and losses, and same in real estate and life. I feel like you're gonna have your wins and losses. You can't really get too high when you get the wins, and you can't get too low when you get the losses. So you gotta try to stay just like even keel. So,
So, do you miss Twitter at all?
not really. But yeah. I don't know. It's almost been, yeah, it's been like 9 months or something since I got hacked, and then uh Elon doesn't really run that thing the way he's supposed to. So I just kind of gave up. Like there was a few like guys that sent in a bunch of tickets to try to get me my account back, but nothing worked, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe this is a sign.
Yeah, I'm only on there for the lineups from Brendan Boucher, so I'll try and stay off there as much as I can.
Nice, nice. Well, so hi to everyone from me. So yeah.
I will, yeah, absolutely. I'll get too much hate mail if I don't ask you this one. How are the tacos in Arizona, and what's your favorite taco these days?
I mean, I'm in taco heaven right now, right? So I can't really complain. I My favorite right now, if I got to pick one, it's this Bira tacos. It's like a fried one that you dip in the sauce and everything. Like I like that stuff. It's really good.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy
Oh,
schedule to
thank
speak with
you.
us today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
love it.
if people want to find you, where they can go on the internet to get you.
I'm on Instagram now, at EddieLack31, or you can find me at my website, eddielack.com. So those are two very easy ways to find me. You can't find me on Twitter anymore. I'm still hacked.
Yeah, if
And
you
I
find
kind
him
of
on
given
Twitter,
up.
it's not him. Leave it alone.
No, no, yes.
Yeah, Eddie, awesome. Thank you so much for coming to take the time, and good luck with the three kids.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Uh,
you.
have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Nothing is perfect.